Hi everyone, I'm going to make something in my art journal. I'm using my mixed media notebook, and I just want to start smearing some paint here. And I'm taking some, I've got these colors. These are acrylic paints from my local cheap store, so no recommendation, and they don't even have any kind of name for the color. This is some turquoise, light green, and I've got here some pink and lilac, whatever. It really doesn't matter. And let's see, I want to start putting down some paint on my page. And I'm going to start smearing it with just a baby wipe. I'm folding it just so it will be easier for me, and I hope it will spread it around nicely. So, and this is just random. It's the first layer, and just putting down paint coverage for this page. Oh, I really like how they mix. Now I'm just using circular motion, but you can do whatever you want. You can, if you want some vertical or horizontal motion, then do it. I'm just going right now with the flow, and I'm just putting it, yeah, too much paint, so I really like how this came out. Very easy, very quick, and I really like it. Okay, so a little blast, I think, from my heat tool, so we can move forward. Let's see. Okay, let's hope. Yeah, okay. Now I want to section some area here, and I've got, this is a plastic divider that I just cut to make, I don't know if to call it a stencil or a mask, but you get what I'm doing. Of course you can cut it from paper if you want. I just made it, and it stays with all the stencil I've got, and it's very useful. And I've got these two colors, and because it's plastic I'm just using it now. And again, I'm taking a baby wipe, and I want this area to be with these colors. And let's see, I'm thinking of moving it a little bit, so it got a little bit sticky because it's not completely dry. So, well, I've tried to do the circular motion, and as you can see, the paint doesn't take well. So let's see, I think I'm gonna continue and just either make more layers until it will take, or I'll cover it with gesso and then put down a coat. And I'm thinking, let's go with the gesso. This or it will just won't take. So let's see. I need my new container of gesso. This one's just finished. Okay. Oops. So I'm holding this in place and I'm covering this section with gesso, and this also will probably need another coat. We'll see. Right now I'm just putting down some Now I don't like here the brush strokes, so I'm thinking I'm just slapping a coat of the gesso, and then I'm gonna try and go over it either with the baby wipe or a sponge, just to cover the brush strokes. They don't go with the rest of the page, so let's see. Okay, this is better because it disguises the brush strokes, and yeah, that's it. Now I just need for this to dry, and then I'm going over it with the pink and purple. I'll be back. I'm back. Gesso is dry, and let's hope now it will take the paint on it. And again, I'm just putting down a little bit here randomly, just so I will have interest, and taking the baby wipe, holding this in place. Okay, that's more like it. Yeah. Okay, getting rid of this, and it pulled up a little paint. Let's see, just fix it a little bit. Yeah. And I also want to fix here and here where my stencil or mask didn't reach. So again, I'm just taking a little bit of paint with my finger and covering it. Not really critical, but it's that's what I want to do right now. Okay, so let's see. Lost train of thought, and I want some stamping in the back, and the stamp I've picked is this little flowers, and it's because I already know what I want to use for my focal point, and it's this stack of teacups, and I think the little flowers in the back will work nicely with it. So let's see, I want to pick some ink pad that will go nicely with this. Here we go. Or maybe no, without an acrylic block. I don't want rectangles on my page, and I don't really care how fine the print is. I just want interest in my background. And a little bit here, and yeah, very, very subtle. So okay, moving the stamp aside, I wanted to stencil in the back these hearts. Don't know why, it just spoke to me. So again, let's go with this pink. I just have a vague idea of what I want to do. It's not, and I'm just going with it. Not completely know what I want to do. Just, well, it's playing around. I knew I wanted to use the stencil, but not much than that. And here I don't care that the pink is not taking like this side. It's more again to add details to the background, so I'm not going to put gesso first. Yeah. Again, putting this randomly on my page. If I wanted it to be more accurate, I could use Posca pens or any kind of permanent markers, but this is better for me. I wanted it to be to add to the background without popping too much into the view. I don't know how to call it. So here it is, and I'm thinking I've got here just a little bit more, and yes, this is it. So just wiping out here before I have some kind of paint accident, which I'm really good at. And now I want my focal point, and it's on a white background, so if I will glue it down as is, it will fade with the background. So I want to glue it down on white page so it will be seen. Right now I'm just picking a brush. Let's find something smaller, and putting down a little bit of water, taking it with the brush, and that's how I'm going to take the image out of the napkin. I'm going around my image. I'm not using scissors because I don't want straight edges. When you take an image out of a paper napkin and you want it to go nicely into your page, and it's better this way. When you have straight edges, then it's more noticeable on the page. I haven't taken the white layers from the back yet, but now that I'm going to take out the image out, and very carefully, so I won't tear. Okay, here at the bottom it doesn't want to tear, so I'm going in again with the water. Should have taken the white layers first, then it's easier to take out the image, but okay, we've done it. So here we go, taking the two white layers. Here it is, and just so you will see, if I'm putting it down, even before I'm putting down glue, it kind of loses the vibrance. So I'm going to glue it on some white cardstock, and maybe fussy cut it, I think now, and then put it down on my page. So I'll be back. I'm back. So I started to fussy cut my teacups, and just wanted to show you, of course you don't have to, but if you've got images like this, and I decided that I want to take this piece, the inside of the whole handle of the teacup, then it's better to use nail scissors or cuticle scissors. First of all, that's what I use to fussy cut. It has a curve and it's easier, and also it's very pointy, so I'm just sticking it in the middle, and that's how I get inside all these little details. Now again, you don't have to, it's up to you. And if you have X-Acto knife, it's also an option for taking out little details, but I find that this kind of scissors are better for this job. So here is my image, and before I continue with this, I want some added interest here, not just how it is, and I'm going for stamping. I'm going to use this Memento Nautical Blue here, and I've got this heart stamp. If I've got a stamp here, then I'm going with the whole thing also here, and it just doesn't really stick quite well to my acrylic block, but that's fine. I'm bringing in the mask or stencil again, just so I won't stamp outside. And again, I'm not worried about fine print, just putting down something of interest, adding texture if you want to what I've got. And yeah, so I've got this, and moving this stamp aside, I want something more, and I've got this hearts stamp, which I'm thinking of going here. It doesn't completely show, so maybe I'll take black. Let's see how it goes with the black. Better. So I'm continuing to stamp this heart with the black ink pad. And changing to another one, almost the same but a little bit larger. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to do with the hearts here. It looks a little bit more like I've doodled over this, and just taking a permanent marker and let's see, maybe some dots just to make it more. I need something, let's see. Nope. I need a thicker tip for this. This is quite as I go along. I really haven't planned it, just seems to need it. I don't know if it's, no, can hardly see it, never mind. I'll leave it alone. So now I want to stick my focal image, but before that I'm thinking of I want to ink around the edges so there will be less white. As I told you, I've glued this to a white scrapbook paper, cardstock, whatever, just so I can deal with it, and so it would be more vibrant on my page. And now I'm just going over the edges with this makeup sponge. Just a little less white on the edges. And now for glue, and I'm just taking a silicone glue because I like this glue, and I know most of you don't know about it, and the only thing that I could find is Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo is, I know you can find everywhere. So this is silicone glue. This is a local brand from my cheap store. So just putting down, it's a really good glue. I'm used to using it, like probably like you have this tacky glue that I don't know about, and we don't have it here. So here we go. I need to put something heavy on this. Yeah, it will stick. Okay, so while I was waiting for things to dry, I already stamped my saying, and here it is. A cup of tea warms the soul like a good friend. And I want again to ink around the edges. I use the same Momento Nautical Blue ink pad, just so it will be all cohesive. So I'm just going around the edges, and again using the silicone glue. Of course I can use just white glue, or for this even stick glue, but as I said, that's my favorite glue to use. It's quick, it's neat, it's strong enough. Now the only thing I've got left to do is I want some shading around my focal image. Right now it's just floating on the page, and I'm gonna try doing it with my with the ink pad. I'm taking a Q-tip and I want to get inside and just make this more pronounced on the page, and I don't know, just so it will be just more dimensional and not quite I don't know how to explain it. I'm going to try another thing because it doesn't work as much as I wanted. I've got this brush, I don't know what to call them. They have a brush tip, and again something from my cheap store, and I'm thinking maybe it will be easier like that. Maybe. And inside the handle here. Let's make more shadow. Yeah. I'm winging it. Just adding where I think it should be. No, and I don't have any explanations about it. And maybe just a little bit of shadow here. I'm also getting a little bit inside on the paper. Basically there are no rules, just do whatever you think you like. So yeah, I'm thinking this is it for my page, and I would like my I think I want to go around the edges freehand. I'm not going to start this whole page is quite whimsical, if I can call it that. So as you can see, I'm not trying for straight lines. And let's move this a little bit so I can go and make it here. Not enough space. There is never enough space to work. I think even if I had two desks, I wouldn't have enough space. So my page is a little bit curling here, so I'm trying to hold it down and do this. Yeah, just a little bit more here. I like it, and let's go here. What didn't work with the dots I tried, I'm going here with the brush. And yeah, this is it. That's my page. I quite like it. I hope you liked it and that it gave you some ideas to play around. Thank you for watching, and thank you for leaving me comments below. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.